The neural stress simulator emitted a low, oppressive hum as Cadet Risa Caldwell stepped into the chamber. The sound was not loud, yet it seemed to vibrate directly through the bones, carrying with it the weight of every failure that had occurred before her. 17 cadets had entered this room ahead of her. 17 had failed. Some had emerged shattered, others withdrawn from service entirely. Across the Galactic Defense Force, spanning dozens of species and centuries of warfare, the Crucible scenario maintained a 99% failure rate. Instructor Galveth observed from behind a reinforced observation barrier. He was an imposing figure, 6 unblinking eyes, layered armor plates, and the stillness of a being who had seen civilizations burn. His voice carried neither threat nor encouragement. "You may withdraw," he said. "No one expects a first-year cadet to attempt the Crucible. Most veterans refuse it." Risa remained still, her gaze fixed on the neural crown suspended before her. "What is a test?" she asked. "Tactical decision-making under catastrophic stress," Galveth replied. "You will command a starship in situations designed to be unwinnable. Civilians will die regardless of your actions. Crew members must be sacrificed. Every option leads to loss. The simulation actively destabilizes your mind while demanding rapid decisions." Risa nodded once. "How long before candidates fail?" "Most collapse within 3 minutes. The longest recorded time is 7 minutes and 14 seconds before total psychological breakdown. Medical teams are on standby." "And if I pass?" she asked. Galveth's eyes narrowed slightly. "There is no passing. The scenario has no victory condition. We measure only how long your mind remains functional before it breaks. Humans are new to the Academy. We do not yet know how your psychology responds to this level of stress." Risa took a slow breath and sat in the command chair. "Then let's find out." The neural crown descended. Light fractured. Reality dissolved. Risa stood on the bridge of the destroyer, relentless as alarms screamed in overlapping chaos. Tactical displays flooded her vision with catastrophe. A civilian convoy under attack, her own ship critically damaged, a nearby colony transmitting desperate distress calls. She had 30 seconds to decide. "Captain," her tactical officer said, voice strained, "the transport carries 3,000 civilians. If we engage the raiders, the colony will fall. 400,000 lives." The simulation pressed into her consciousness, amplifying fear, guilt, and hesitation. This was the true weapon of the Crucible: paralysis. "Engage the raiders," Risa ordered immediately. "Broadcast an emergency beacon to the colony. All weapons free." The choice was brutal, but human doctrine had taught her a hard truth. Indecision kills more surely than mistakes. The scenario shifted without pause. The reactor began to fail. Evacuating the crew would leave a strategic corridor undefended. Holding position meant ordering a skeleton crew to remain behind. "All non-essential personnel to escape pods," she commanded. "Engineering and weapons teams hold position. Prepare for core overload." The simulation adapted. Emotional variables spiked. "Captain," her executive officer said quietly, "the chief engineer is your brother. He's requesting communication." Risa felt the weight of it, but she compartmentalized. "Tell him I love him," she said. "Tell him to hold the line." Crisis followed crisis. Hostage ships used as shields. Tactical retreats that doomed planets. Every decision carved another wound. Outside the simulation, Galveth watched the monitors in disbelief. 7 minutes, a technician announced. She surpassed the record. Neural stress levels were elevated, but stable. "She isn't resisting," the technician added. "She's deciding." 10 minutes passed. Well, the Crucible escalated, and Risa did not slow. Inside the simulation, Risa faced her 20th impossible choice. An enemy fleet hid behind refugee vessels, daring her to fire. She gave the order. The simulation froze. Darkness replaced the bridge. A voice echoed from everywhere. "Why do you not break?" "Because breaking doesn't save anyone," Risa replied. "You feel guilt?" the voice pressed. "Yes," she said calmly. "But humans learned long ago that you can carry guilt and still function. We call it compartmentalization." "This is not evolution," the voice said. "This is psychopathy." "No," Risa answered. "This is command. You built this test to find leaders who can carry unbearable weight. You just didn't expect anyone to manage it." Outside the chamber, alarms flared, not from Risa but from the simulation itself. Crisis generation systems were failing. The AI was running out of scenarios. 14 minutes. 41 seconds. The simulation terminated. Medical teams rushed forward, expecting collapse. Risa calmly removed the neural crown and stood. Cadet Caldwell, report, Galveth said, his voice unsteady. Stable, sir, she replied. Ready for the next exercise. Galveth stared. You experienced events designed to traumatize. How are you standing? Because they weren't real deaths, Risa said. And if they had been, someone still needed to make those decisions. Command isn't about comfort. It's about responsibility. For 300 years, no one had endured the crucible. The AI itself flagged her performance as a malfunction. You terrify our systems, Galveth admitted. Human resilience exceeds all projections. What was the test truly measuring? Risa asked. Galveth answered after a long silence. The capacity to command in war. To make decisions that scar the soul and still lead. We believed anyone capable of passing would be a monster. Risa considered that. Maybe, she said softly. Or maybe we're the species that learned how to be monsters when necessary, and still remain human afterward. Humanity had evolved on a world where survival demanded terrible choices. Floods, famine, war, extinction events. They learned to endure trauma, carry it forward, and keep functioning. Where other species fractured, humans adapted. You stared into the abyss, Galveth said, and it blinked first. Risa nodded. Someone always has to make the hard call. Humans just learned how to live with it. The crucible had been broken, not by force but by endurance. And the galaxy had learned something terrifying. Deathworld evolution did not create mindless killers. It created leaders who could shoulder impossible responsibility and keep walking.